Hi everyone, I'm Sergio Mendez. I'm 27 years old. I'm currently living in Cucuta, Colombia. I'm extremely excited to start this new journey and be able to improve in a rocket type of way, boosting type of way my English level. I want to continue with my interaction and I'm going to share with you the answer for the question that were asked in the activity guide. So the first one will be, what is the purpose of the course? The main goal of this course is to boost that communication interaction on English matters, focusing on accuracy and the ability to communicate appropriately by using the right words, expression, and even attitude towards maybe any specific topic or any specific settings as well, or scenarios as well. I'm just going to go ahead and quote the syllabus Excel. Basically, the main goal is to strengthen foreign language linguistic, sociologistic, and pragmatic competences through the accomplishment of oral production, tasks in given sets of real time interaction to communicate and discuss effectively about complex issues. The other one is how many learning outcomes you can find in the syllabus, and I found four of them. The first one will be to demonstrate oral skills. The second one will be to discuss about controversial issues. The third one will be interpret extend speech even when it's not clearly structured. Basically, like being able to understand a context itself. And the last one will be to describe complex subjects with clear and detailed information, making sure that we always provide an appropriate conclusion for what we are talking about. The third question, will be, what are synchronic interaction activities? Well, those activities are ones that are done in real time, like real time interaction. So it's where a message is sent and the response is waited for. Basically, like a web conference, like a video chat, something that is happening in real time. And how many activities does the course have? Six of them. Um, Five will be which activities in the course imply real-time interaction. This one was quite interesting to me. It feels more like a real engagement type of learning setting. So the first one will be peer interaction, online meetings, debates, and also the one that says to prepare for the C1 test. That one is could be also a real-time interaction as well. So I just going to go ahead and summarize with my own words about the course rules and conditions. We already know about the UNAP rules themselves, like we already know about how to behave, what not to do, what to do. So besides being able to understand how that works, we need to understand that practice makes you perfect. So we need to interact alongside each other. So basically, being able to participate in real time interactions is a must. We will need to have at least a B2 English level. We need to be able to have that to handle not only the course itself, but also the activities and being able to interact properly when we have to. So we need to be punctual, we need to be respectful towards each other, and we could not rely on only their delivering tasks or activities. We need to participate in this real time interaction as well. So also no fraud is allowed. So we just always need to quote properly according to the APA rules. Also, just going to go ahead and put out there my email. My institutional email is sfmendez with a Z m at unatvirtual.edu.co. Now I'm just going to go ahead and place the questions for the internal reflection right here, and I'm going to answer them. I don't. I mean, not yet. This is quite surprising to me. Um, all my entire labor life has been related to English content and any other English handling matters. So I have been working in customer service area since I was like 18 and now 27. That's legit like 9 years of working in the customer service field in English. So dealing with foreign people to help them to find a solution to their problems, listening to them, listening to their struggles, and I would say my English is quite a pretty good level, like above the average, at least. Um, it's the type of level where I'm able to handle a conversation, I'm able to uh, express myself without getting lost into the context. I know there's still a long way to go. I need to improve. I need to still working on it. So that's why I'm so excited for this course to happen. But needless to say, I'm still proud of myself of how far I have come. So I'd say something about B2, maybe a C1. I mean, it's hard to tell. I had never gotten a test before, like a certificate type of test. I gotta give credit when credit is due. I had a pretty good academic formation in high school, as most of my English teachers were cool enough to make me fall in love with the language itself. But also, they were pretty well trained to deal with my not well behavior. I mean, I was a teenager back then, quite like a rebel. Um, the ESL process at school was extremely nice for me. I got no complaints. No complaints now, no complaints back then. But as I said before, I gotta give myself credit too. I love foreign content. Is my favorite thing to do. Like starting from music, TV shows. So I legit could say that I forced myself to learn it. So I'll be able to enjoy it without having to struggle to find subtitles online. Um, I have been consuming daily foreign content, sure, and it sure helped me a lot to create at least a solid base for me to learn the language. As I told you guys before, I have been working in the customer service area for a minute, for a hot minute. So I now can pretty much confirm that working on an English type of only work environment is well paid. And improving my English and being able to get a certificate, not only as a hey, you have a C1 certificate, but also you are a teacher type of certificate, will allow me to get a pretty nice and fat paycheck. So for me, English is a way to have a nice and better lifestyle in the future. This is something that we need to discuss, and I'm so glad that you guys brought this matter because this is truly hard. It is. It's important to know that I'm not confirming that learning English as an adult is hard, but it sure is harder than doing when being a child. And that's has to deal with it because we, being adults, we have responsibilities. And so it's quite complicated. Always have something to do beforehand. We have responsibilities and debts to pay. So sometimes I think that the right problem when trying to learn English as an adult and not learning English itself, like going to college by being just an adult, is the time. So time is really the problem. Sometimes we don't have enough time to do the courses, the activity, to study, to practice because we have to work. So that's something that we need to discuss. I think studying Excel regards your norms and basic for about 6 months, just to make sure that you cover every aspect of the language itself. But practice needs to be daily. Like that's a must. Even when not doing directly language is not normally as is subjective sometimes. So we need to be able to stay on track and let ourselves go and try to express ourselves using new ways to do so. So even when I think in 6 months you can completely learn the basics, you will need to get immersed into the language itself. So that's why practice needs to be daily. By enjoying foreign content and applying to better work environment with high English level requirements. This is the last question. So I think part of the journey is getting to see this type of process as a truthful enjoyment and not as something we need to do. Indirect learning happens, when we consume new further material. So we can learn indirectly while doing maybe home course, for example. So enjoying and preferring to consume like a foreign language like British content, American content, Australian content, like English content itself will help us to create a better and natural and truthful interest towards learning the language. And it will help a lot. So it will for sure make the whole learning process smoother. So those were my answers. I'm truly excited to be able to polish and improve my English. So let's see how it goes. Thank you.